Hey, how you doing? The name's Cat Dad Things, and today I'm going to talk about Dragon Response missions. If you don't know what they are part of the story, and they're like little missions that you can go on in a group or as a solo. You can do it soloable, so make sure you have a class that can handle that. And they're just little PvE things that you can do, but you can gain a lot of loot and skins from them, so I'm going to walk you through how that works if you haven't done it yet. So stick around and I'll show you. So taking a look here, for those of you who are unaware, we'll go to the overworld map view. It's this little spot here called the Eye of the North with all the cold mountains. You do unlock it with the story, so it is kind of gated for new players. You have to get that part of the story done. And when you do the story, you just go through the response missions anyway. But there's still a lot to do after them. There's some value in it. Is it like an efficient, X amount of gold per hour farm? I'm not entirely sure, but if you're a casual player like me, you just like to enjoy the game for what it is and to do a little PvE, you can solo them. So I'll show you these two vendors here. There's two NPCs that you can talk to. The defense seal vendor, you talk to him. When you do these missions, you get these items called defense seals, and you can use them just like any other currency to buy weapon skins. There's other items that you can get some karma. I don't know if that's worth it at all, but there's a lot to unlock in here. And if you take a look at these boxes, so every single type, there's a supply box. They'll have varying amounts in what they are valued at. But for those who like to risk it in this game and gamble a little, I'm going to provide a disclaimer. I don't know if this is efficient. I don't know if it's worth your time if you're talking about a lot of gold per hour, but you can just spend your seals on these supply boxes and they might give you some decent loot. Some of these things sell for a lot, some of them don't, but you can also get super rare items that definitely do sell for a lot of money. So do that at your own leisure, but if you are just after some nice skins, you can get those as well. So what I'm going to do is show you this here. And also there's a discount seal vendor person you can check every now and again. You can get a lot of the same things, but they're discounted. So maybe check that first before you go hog wild. So what I'm going to do is walk over here to the portal. This is where you can access the missions. I'm going to show you real quick again for those who haven't seen these yet. You have two different types, Jormag Champion, Primordius Champions, and they give you a list of the missions. You go back, go to Jormag's, list of the missions. So I'm going to go through every single mission once. I'm going to tally up all the items that I get the drops, as well as how many defense seals that I gain from this, so you can kind of get an idea of what you're getting yourself into. Let's see, where do my defense seals go? Here they are. So I have 330 here. Here's my inventory. You can kind of see that there's not a lot there. I have my trading post emptied out. So I'll go through every single mission, I'll tally up everything, and then I'll show you at the end. So before we just continue on, don't forget to subscribe and like the video if you liked it, as those kinds of interactions do help the channel grow. And let me know what you think in the comments, or if you have any ideas yourself and different things you'd like to see. It'd help out a lot. But before we continue on to tallying all the results, I do want to show you the achievement menu. So when you take a look at it, there's a lot that you can actually accomplish in this part of the game. You go to Story Journal, Champions, and this is where your Dragon Response stuff is held. So you see here, like I honestly haven't done that many yet, so I'm going to be gaining stuff and learning from this as well. But you complete this achievement, then this one unlocks all the way at the bottom here. But there's a lot of stuff that you get in between. If you just do them for the first time, you get achievement points. There's mastery, insights in there. So you definitely want to do these things if you're trying to get some progress, or you just want some new skins. So as you go through these missions, you'll get like 3 little mini missions on the right side of your screen, and usually it's like a kill mission, kill X amount of mobs, and you'll get evacuate villagers typically, or like repair something, or do something small like that. Each time you do one of these, you get a buff called a morale boost, and it does buff you for the duration of that specific mission. You can solo them as soon as you start it. If you just go right to it and start trying to get these 3 down, you can do it for all the missions. I'd highly recommend it because it makes fighting the end boss easier. And if you're not the best player or the best at your class, or if you just don't want to get too sweaty with it, do these at least. That way it makes it easier for you in the long run. Something else you want to keep an eye for is you actually can get mastery points while in some of these maps. So just kind of keep an eye on the overview map. Some of the paths that you go with the escorts, you'll just pass right by him, like this guy here. He didn't get his yet, so you just walk him and get them like any other mastery point in the open world. But they are in there, so take a look and get some extra mastery points because they are very important to have. And one more thing too, when you're starting to do these Dragon Response missions, is as quick as you can, get the XP and the mastery points for this part here, the Dragon Slayer. It's at the end of the tree here, because these buffs that you get, these mastery achievements, they give you a ton of stuff. You get extra items, You get extra stats, like you get buffs put onto you from the missions. Like all of these really synergize well, and they help you clear the missions faster, and you get better stuff for them. So of course, as quick as you can, do this because it does help the overall time you have in the missions. Well, here we are. We just finished all 10 of them, and there's only one person in here. Kind of weird that I'm all by myself, but taking a look at the inventory, started from this point all the way down to here, this is all the things that we got. We actually got quite a bit of loot, I mean more than I was expecting, so maybe this can be a somewhat half-decent gold making activity. Again, I'm not sure. But as far as the seals go, I got about 168 seals just from doing all the missions, and of course, getting the drops and things like that. So here's the total, 498. So I had 330 starting, so about 168. Also took me about 2.5 hours to do all these, so I'm sure you can do it faster and better. There are better builds out there. I'm a core warrior kind of guy, so I'm not the fastest clear ever, but I'm sure you can lower the time, especially if you keep doing it again and again and again. So I'm going to go through, open all these, salvage some of these things, and well, actually I'll just sell them. I'll sell these things, sell everything. We're going to do outright sells, not sell orders. Put a little disclaimer in here because I have to every single time. For some reason I have to. You will make more money doing sell orders, obviously, we all know this, but for the sake of brevity, I'm going to do outright selling just to give you an idea. So at the end total we get to, it will be higher if you do sell orders. Okay, good, disclaimer over. So I'm going to go through all this, sell it all, and we'll see the totals. Hey, so I'm over here by the vendor now. These little items here I couldn't really sell on the trading post, so I was just like, I'm just going to keep them there. They're not really worth a whole lot anyway. Just a side note, as I was going through and opening up all the chests, I happened to get a ton of extra defense seals. I'm going to show you the total here. There it is, 633, so about 135 extra from the defense seals. Not bad, not bad. And also the karma, I was surprised. I didn't realize how much karma you got, because I got about 40k extra karma. So, hey, that's just a great side note. So now we're going to spend the seals down to about 330, and then we'll sell the items in there, add it to the grand total. But with just those items in the inventory, I got about, let's see, almost 6 gold. Nothing crazy, nothing to write home about. But let's see here. We're going to take a look at the discount vendor first, because yeah. So, don't really care about Skrit. I think we'll go Tengu. We'll just spend everything on Tengu because there's a couple of discounts. So let's buy that. Let's buy that. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so we're going to buy this until we get all the way down to 330, which is what I started with, or close to. And we'll just kind of, let's see, buy that at 4 at a time, 4 at a time, 2 at a time, and there, 340, close enough. Hey, look at that, Tengu supporter, nice. Okay, so we have the boxes, about 12 of them. We're going to use them all. Wow, that's a lot of supplies.
Hey,
got a couple skins, not bad,
good.
not bad. Okay, I'm liking it. Alright, so I'm going to go through, sell all of these as well, and then I will show you the total of that. So now after the second round of selling, we take a look at all the totals that we have. We've got 13 gold and 30 silver, so it's not the worst thing in the world. Again, there are definitely way more efficient farms. You can make a lot more money. But for what this is worth, you're doing solo PvE. Sometimes people might show up, sure, but if you get the right class and the right build, you can just chill, put on Netflix, put on YouTube, whatever you want. Just grind out some mobs if that's what you like to do, and still make some money while doing it, not have to worry about a meta or anything. And then you have these vendors that you can go through and just buy all these skins and you know, risk the RNG in these supply boxes if you want, make some money on the side as well. So I really like it. I'm probably going to spend more time doing it because there's a lot more to this than what I've shown today. But thanks for watching the video. If you also engage in the DRMs, the Dragon Response missions, let me know what you think. Maybe so you got some rare drops. There's probably a more efficient way of doing this than I've showed, so tell us how you do it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.